Today's issue, the League of Nations. Why are they such an issue? And why have they been given nearly unlimited power, but they still can't seem to do anything right?
Nor will they.
Exactly. Even with all the authority they supposedly have, they haven't been able to unify the world and stop the atrocities in Europe from happening.
Not to mention, they completely let Adolf Hitler rearm his army and invade Poland before saying, oh hey, maybe that's not working.
I mean, if they had one thing to do, at the very minimum, and that was enforce the Treaty of Versailles. And you can't have a League of Nations without the nations. They're falling apart because the nations do not care. If they don't care, there's no way they could possibly blame anyone for letting Hitler gain control. That was their job.
They had 63 nations at their every beck and call. I mean, they still can't get anything done. Come on!
Not to mention Japan cared so little about their authority, they left altogether. I mean, they want to be part of everything that will give them credibility. Germany is invading half of Europe, and they still haven't batted an eye. Even Italy, one of their members, has started helping the Germans.
Dude, my blind cat can see better than they are. This just doesn't work. I mean, come on!
I mean, you gotta give them some credit, though. I mean, the nations are not caring whatsoever.
You're right. I mean, it's gotta be hard to run a league that unsuccessful. Okay, so we're gonna bring in our next guest from the League of Nations, Mr. Generic Name.
Hello, Steven.
Okay, yeah, we're trying to figure out how the League of Nations could just let the world fall into disrepair.
Well, I mean, it's easy. They just suck at their job.
Hey.
Sorry, we just don't get enough support or resources to complete the jobs you ask us to do. We cannot do our jobs with no support from the countries we're supposed to be made of. I agree with you, the countries don't give us the attention we so desperately need. But without the countries to reinforce our decrees, we're useless.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is our millions of tax dollars not enough?
We'd do our job if we had any backing. You can't blame us for not doing our jobs if we actually can't.
Alright, that's time, but I want to get a final word in. To answer the entire question, the reason the League of Nations has failed, guys, is basically just because they don't get enough backing and the nations don't care enough, right?
They just can't work as one.
And that's the main reason I think that Europe has fallen into disrepair.